The Canadian auto industry is gearing up for weeks of uncertainty, disruption, and looming layoffs. U.S. President Donald Trump went forward with 25% tariffs on all foreign-made cars and some auto parts. Last night, we learned Unifor Local 444 telling its members at the Stellantis Windsor assembly plant that it was notified of a 2-week shutdown that will start on Monday, April 7th. For more on the impacts here in Canada, I'm joined this morning by Lana Payne, Unifor National President. Lana, good morning. I want to start with that Stellantis announcement. So Local 444 says the Windsor plant right now employs 3,600 auto workers. What have you learned about what these workers should expect, how they can plan over the weekend?
Yeah, we had a meeting late last night with Stellantis representatives in which they informed us of this pause in production at the Windsor assembly plant as a result of the tariffs, and I'm assuming other factors, but the tariffs being the main driving force here, in which Stellantis will now assess a whole bunch of things, including their operating plan for the assembly plant. I'm told that as well, plants in Mexico will also experience a pause as a result of these tariffs, and that feeder plants in the United States will also be down as a result of this. This is the reality we're facing. We've said it from the beginning. These tariffs would cause this kind of disruption in the auto industry, and it's happening swiftly.
What are you hearing from members this morning?
Well, a fair bit, but also last evening, certainly back and forth with our local leadership. The reality is that we are in for a difficult time, and I think we've said it from the beginning that these tariffs would cause a major impact on the auto sector, and that we could see things grinding to a halt, and potentially this is the start of what is going to be massive disruption across the North American industry in the days and weeks ahead. This is why I want to be very clear, Anne-Marie. Nobody in Canada right now should be allowing Donald Trump to gaslight us into thinking that we should be grateful that we didn't get more tariffs yesterday. The reality is we've been slammed with tariffs since the beginning of this year, and workers are feeling the impact of that right now.
I want to talk about something else Trump has repeatedly been very clear about, and that is to make the U.S. a manufacturing hub. We've seen this globally, where he's reduced tariffs in some countries as an incentive to come and put factories back in America. What is your industry doing to try and compete with that? When he says very clearly, my goal is to make jobs and factories coming roaring back to our country.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is that these tariffs will cause so much damage that it'll be very difficult to shift some production. Other companies will move to try to appease Trump, because that is the process he's setting up right now. Yesterday, he declared economic war on most of the world. So the rest of the world now is experiencing what Canada has been experiencing for many, many weeks. And what we have been clear about to the government is that we have to do everything we can to protect this auto industry and every single industry that we have in this country, because these are not Donald Trump's jobs to take. We have had an industry in this country for well over 100 years, people building cars and trucks for a very long time, even before we traded with the United States. So this is our industry, and we must protect it. And that means if companies think that they can shift production south of the border, they're going to have to face massive penalties and no free access to the Canadian market. That can't happen.
You've said previously that we have to be careful not to negotiate too quickly with President Trump. What did you mean by that?
Well, right now we're under concessions. We are under tariffs. So you want to be in a position of strength at the bargaining table. I think obviously, whatever that framework looks like, we can be into what I would call pre-negotiation stage. But the reality is that you don't want to be at a negotiating table where the first things you have to do is get rid of the tariffs that you're already under, and then have to give up concessions concessions in other areas. And I think Prime Minister Carney has been clear that there are some untouchable things here, and that he's going to, fight to protect jobs in Canada. And that's what we need. We need every single political party saying, we're going to negotiate hard with these guys, and we have leverage, and we can't be afraid to use it.
Lana Payne, Unifor National President, good to have your comments this morning. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
All right, we'll send it to Lindsay.